broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized. This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yes, man. It's the purge. We've been waiting on this. Kind of figured this was coming, man. Didn't sneak up on anybody. It shouldn't have. Trying to think of the day here. Let's see. What day did I do it on? Hope you can hear me on YouTube, man. Let me know. Closed most of ERX. Oil appears to be rolling over. Added to Tesla and Zim. So 11:28. So what was that? 6-7 days ago. I'm going to say right here. 28. Yep, right there. We got to get out of these oil leverage plays. Why? Because it's just a signal, man. I don't know where it's going. It's just a pattern. One day, just came clear to me. I went clear. My favorite color is clear. If we were Scientologists, we'd be trying to climb the bridge to total freedom so we could get clear. Clear. We had our highest point. We had our box built. The moving averages came together. And now they've rolled over. And kids, what you have just witnessed is a phenomena in the world of the financial markets known as the money flow. And what I anticipate is that price through this fractal pattern, remember, I get excited about this, man. Why is this happening, though?
Welcome to BBC World News. We start with the war in Ukraine because Western allies have agreed to put a cap on the price of Russian oil.
Cap
the
it.
G7 group of nations, as well as Australia and the European Union, have decided that no country should pay more than $60 a barrel, slightly below the current price.
Yeah, dirty Russians. We're going to buy your oil, but we're only giving you $65. Yeah. That'll teach them. Next time you go to war. Okay. I think it cost them $12 to get it out of the ground, by the way. It's going to teach those Russians. Teach them a lesson. So, first line of support's probably right around in here and then all the way back to the stage thing. So, remember we talk about this, a stage 3 can become a stage 1. This could break out. I don't know why I'm getting phone calls. This could have broke out and went up, but it didn't. It broke down, right? And so let's pull up our pattern, man. if we're watching the pattern, what we're seeing here today is this right here. Best time for selling. Now, we want to beat that as students of the money flow. When this occurs, like, we already knew that, man. So we had people inside of Discord who want to play the short side. And so here's an example, ERY. This is breaking out, stage 2 breakout, right? And this is the inverse. So, but what he's really playing, if you're long this, is you're selling the stage 4 decline, right? So the same setup, that's a breakout. If you flip it in an inverse fund is a breakout, right? So the breakdown becomes a breakout. A stage 2 is a 4, a 3 is a 1. They're just opposite. And that pattern of price movement. So this would be normal. Stuff runs up, goes sideways, pulls back. So if I'm trading it to the upside, kind of looks perfect, right? So we get in here, and then we add here, and then we take off, and we take some off, and then we get out. And that's in, out, out. And that is that. And so if you're trading this side, then what you got to start doing is like, okay, how do I spot the anchor point? Where's the alignment of the indicators? I don't know where price is going. I just know what it's doing, and so I place a bet that what it's doing is going to keep doing. And so I can go and listen to what's going on.
Of $64. The US says it will immediately cut into Putin's most important source of revenue and stop Moscow profiteering from its war of aggression against Ukraine. Louisa Pilbeam reports.
The latest Russian missile strike in Kharkiv. More destruction and suffering in a war that is showing no sign of ending.
Nope. No sign of ending. If you're on my email list, I put this out here on Lyft. Let's see where Lyft's at. This is on my highest conviction accumulation list. We'll come back to oil, but this is stage 1. I would be accumulating. If it goes lower, I wait for the next stage 1. So I'm going to keep following this. I'm going to stay with it. So that one, I think it's undervalued by about 50%. A lot of the recession's already been baked into a lot of these growth stocks. A lot of these, like the PayPals and the Snowflakes and the Ubers and the Lyfts and the Airbnbs and the Dashes and the Door Dashes. 3 o'clock. Sorry, they thought I had a dentist appointment. I do at 3 o'clock. Screen is blurry. He says the screen is blurry. Is the screen blurry? Let me change hats. Maybe that'll help. I could have smudges on the screen. We're not talking about Instagram, man. I'm talking about on Google. I'm on television on Google, man. Not on your stupid phone. All the Instagram people looking at it on your stupid phone. We're talking about the movie star, man. The TV show. We're on YouTube, man. On television. I guess you could screencast your TV if you know how to do that. Do you guys know how to do that? Or is that tech too complicated? So as we watch here, this is what we're seeing. We got a stage 4 decline going down in oil right now. Hey, there's another one.
Anyone who drives a car or trucks goods across the country has been dealing with gas and diesel prices going up and down throughout the year. Those price jumps were largely a reaction to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and Western allies' subsequent sanctions on Moscow. Now, more price uncertainty is on the way. That's because a European Union ban on Russian oil imports kicks in on December 5th. Alongside that, the Group of 7 and some other countries have signed up to a US-pushed price cap on crude sales at $60 per barrel.
Price cap.
These moves are intended to dent.
That's what you're seeing. That's your price cap right there. Now we know there's several other countries. Venezuela, they're pumping some oil, but They're too stupid to pump, but about 150,000 barrels a day. They're not capable of pumping oil like when Chevron ran the place. Since the socialists taken over, it's hard for them to do that. So what we have, this is XLE. So if we understand this is the index of the top 20 oil stocks in America, if we go look right now, let's go look at these circles are where we bought in and where we got out. So this is now breaking down, right? Which means it's going to head down, probably come into this area where it stopped before, this $81 area. So our friends that are short are buying an index fund or an inverse fund. This fund literally goes the opposite of oil stocks. So if oil stocks are going down, this goes up. You could buy this as a hedge. You could short it as a trader. A lot of ways you could use, you could just look at it. Where's the first profit target? Where it stopped before, right? If we follow money flow rules, you see that area where price has gotten and it stopped before. So as a trader, if I'm seeing this news here,
But a move by the G7, the world's 7 largest advanced economies, Australia and the European Union, to cap the price of Russian oil is hoped to bring an end to this war closer. They've agreed to
here's the problem. They pump oil for about $12 a gallon, sweetie. It's not going to help. They're still making a $50 barrel profit. They're still making money. So for us as stock traders, we took our profits right in here. We took off our leveraged trades, right? I didn't know this was going to happen. Somebody knew it was going to happen. Somebody knew. So when we get signaled, we don't know that. We're watching this little stupid green line here. That green line is an average of the last 1 month of trading. And we know when price gets below it, it starts to go the other way. When price gets above it, it starts to go up. And it does that in this flow, in this pattern of price moving sideways, running up, moving sideways, coming down, moving sideways, running up, moving sideways, coming down. And in the midst of all of this chaos of their bullshit reasons, here's the reason they say.
the price of Russian oil at $60 a barrel, hoping to wound Russia with another financial sanction.
This price cap has 3 objectives. First, it strengthens the effect of our sanction. Second, it will further diminish Russia's revenues. And thirdly, at the same time, it will stabilize global energy markets.
Bullshit. She means they're going to pull them in. So the market's taking that as a negative. Down we go. That's all we needed. Now, we already knew this. The money flow, we already knew this right here. We knew right here when the moving averages, when the moving average convergence, divergence began to do what it did. We knew this was coming right here, right? Right here. When that hit the RSI, I don't need their stupid report from the bitter BBB or BBC or whatever dumb reason they made up on CNBC or whatever. Oh, we're capping the Russians. Okay, well, you know, they pump it for $12 a barrel. Okay, so they're only going to make $50 a barrel, not 70. Okay. But down goes oil. That don't even make any sense, man. Venezuela's fixing to start pumping. They can only do 150 barrels a day, though. So here's the thing. Exxon, Chevron, Conoco can just start cranking it. But they don't have any incentive to do that. These stocks are overpriced, by the way. Let me let you in on something. Hold on. Let me move this over here in case we got hackers. I saw Dan's on here. What's up, Dan? Oh, let me log in. Let me show you something, man. I'm fixing to show you something. All right. Here we go. Come on, GP. All right. What you're looking at here is an analyst report of ConocoPhillips. COP, one of the top oil companies in America. COP. What does that say? Overvalued by 27%. Oh, wow. You think things that are overvalued might be more likely to come down? Yeah, man. And we knew that. We got the signal. As chart watchers, looking at the tarot leaves, look, we got the signal right here. That's what that green means. When you get that green on your chart, it's like a yellow light. Hello? It's flashing. And so it tells the trader, it tells the investor, it tells anybody watching. If you want to watch, anybody that wants to know, it tells you price has gone too far, too fast. And then all of a sudden they start coming up with stories why you got to stop it. But it doesn't go straight back down. It takes time. Each one of these bars is one day. This is a month. This is a month of money flow chaos we call the stage 3. And so as you watch price is a window to the soul of the fucking economy. So as you're looking at it, people are like, oh, I think this, that, man, listen. This will tell you long before your little brain will think of it. This is already telling you. It's signaling you because people that are smarter than me and you, they already know. Insiders know. When they know, they start to do things which moves the price. And soon they can't hide it because more people know and more people know. And the price begins to go. By the time they get us dumping our stocks, shit's already come down. They're looking at buying because now it's on sale again. And that's how the market moves, man. And it never follows logic. Sometimes people be like, this market's different. And it's like, bro, none of these markets ever made sense. If the market made fucking sense, everyone would be rich. It's not a sense-making machine. It's a chaos machine. It creates chaos, man. Ain't nothing about the market makes sense. If it did, all the smart people would be rich. And they're not. Most smart people are broke. They ain't got no money. They're smart, though. They're smart, but they have no money. This is not about that, man. This is about what is and what could be. Look at our pattern here. This is stage 1 on Lyft. So you might have this app on your phone. Let's put Lyft in over here. What happened to my thing? I'm about to fire somebody. Okay. Let's put Lyft in over here. Let's see. Class A shares. 5 stars means it's super undervalued. How much do you think? Oh my God. This can't be right. 80%? Morningstar, what is wrong with you? Wow. Go read what he said November 8th. Maybe they'll change their mind later. Maybe. What if it's only worth $35? What if it's only worth $35? What if this guy's stupid? What if this guy here? Let's look and see who he is. Let's see who he is. You listen to a lot of stupid YouTubers. Let's see who this guy is. Al Magahuga is the senior equity analyst for Morningstar Research LLC, a wholly owned blah, blah, blah. Before joining Morningstar 2016, he was a senior equity analyst for Singular Research, where he covered technology and biotech sector. His previous experience also includes role as senior equity analyst for B&B Riley Company, associate analyst for Roth Capital Partners, sales consultant for Oracle, and a business consultant to Aerospike. He holds a bachelor's degree in economics. That means he knows more shit than you do. From the University of California, San Diego. So we know he paid 3 times what he should have paid for it. So that makes me question him a little bit. A master's degree in business administration from the University of California, Irvine. And a master's degree in applied economics from the University of Michigan. And he works for me. That's the funny thing. So I put that in, click, and that dude there gives me all his work. He spent about $500,000 to go to college to learn how to analyze stocks. You did not. You actually didn't. Is anybody on here a stock analyst? I doubt it. I doubt it. I bet this dude spent 500 fucking grand to go learn how to read about Lyft. And so he sits in a little room in a cubicle. When you're doing whatever you do, when you're at work, this dude sits in a cubicle with papers and charts. And all he does is read on Lyft. And then he goes to the page and he reads their earnings and sits in a cubicle just reading numbers and cash flow statements and balance sheets and earnings and projections and studying. This is all he does. Matter of fact, he got like $500,000 in student loans, stupid schools in California, to go learn all this stuff. And for $200 a year, they'll give you the information. I didn't even have to go to college. Think of that for a second. I didn't have to go to college. I don't even have to know how to do any of that. I come over here and I click the button and Ali tells me. Ali went to college to know how to tell me. That's what we do when we go to the doctor. That's how we get our oil changed. Like, that's how we do everything, man. This is no different. Now, maybe we don't trust Ali. He does look a little shady. Look how much he paid for I'd like to know. I'm gonna send him a thing on what's that? What's one for careers? I'm gonna send him, man, how much did you pay to go to college in the land of sunshine? I bet it was a lot. Anyway, long story short, he could have saved all that money, invested in an apartment building, and then hired Morningstar to tell him about stocks. But what do I know? So as we look at this, we could say, wow, that's a big percentage. What about something like SoFi? I got about 10 of these that are going to 5X, in my opinion. So while you were deer hunting this week, this is what I was doing. I was reading on SoFi. SoFi significantly undervalued at 68%, but I can't just trust Michael Miller. He don't even have a picture. Who's Michael Miller? Let's look this up. Miller holds a bachelor's degree in economics from Northwestern University. All right, we're talking about a man on a budget at Winnipeg College. Yeah, that was probably like a community college. He also holds a master's degree in business administration from the New York University Stern School of Business. I don't know what that is, but that sounds like some place where you go get a fancy MBA. So, all right, I got two analysts on my side. I got one helping me out with my Lyft investment. See, the thing is, you take that for granted. You think this means nothing. These people pay a shit ton of money to learn how to analyze these stocks. Don't take it for granted, man. And then for peanuts, you can get access to I don't need to go to college. I don't need to be a real estate agent. I don't need to know how to do shit, man, other than just read. So I can come over here and go, well, who's their competitors? All of a sudden, I could start formulating some kind of master plan and put my money to work, man. If I get this right a couple of times, I could make a shit ton of money, right? This is what's available at your fingertips, man. Especially if you like to read. Because, I don't need to say it, but I can read what did Miller say? Miller said this on November 23rd. Maybe I bounce this off my other place, and then I bounce it off a third place, plus I look into it. All four line up, and then I lay the charts over it. Forget about it, man. My list goes endless. 200%, 300%. But sometimes it's down 50. And then they're like, what do you think we should do with this? Don't worry about it. Some we lose. Some venture capitalists lose their money. I thought you wanted to be on Shark Tank. You told me you wanted to be on Shark Tank. Now you can't even. Now you're having problems with the stock, man. Telling my buddy that the other day. He's like, man, I'd like to get on this. Man, you can't even hold a stock. You're going to get on Shark Tank? I was like, these dudes lose all their money. Let me let you in on a secret about Shark Tank show. They don't make money. Go Google it. Google, what's his name? The Mavericks guy. He's never made $1. At the end of all of this investing he's done for all these seasons, it's a net return of 0. 0. You know what my return on Starbucks was? And I don't own the Dallas Mavericks. I didn't go to college. I didn't know any of that. Look at this. You ever seen this thing here? One time, I was at a blackjack table, and I had spent $70,000 studying the stock market and reading and learning all this information, trying to figure out PE ratios and all this stuff and how to read balance sheets. And then the strangest book told me about the 4 stages of price movement and that it was perfectly normal for stocks to just do this. And then I start diving into the concepts of seasonalities, and I start diving into the concepts of moving averages and indicators, and I realize, wow, people have already thought of this, and pillar number 3 on the 9 thoughts of getting rich is a repeatable pattern or a blueprint. And I began to wow, man, what if every time that RSI went negative, I started buying this shit, and when it went positive, I started selling it. And the way that I would protect myself was through diversification, because I don't know the exact stock. I just know over time, all stocks go up, generally. Now, I got to believe all of them because I don't know which ones, but I do know that most of them drift higher, especially after they've come down. So after a big sell-off, the game gets even easier. It just doesn't seem like it because people are still being mind fucked from when they got in. And they think if they got in up here, it means something down here, and it doesn't, because this game's going to keep playing whether you're in or out. And price is going to keep moving, man. That's what happens. So this already happened. So anybody I could get to listen to me like, hey, you got to buy some Starbucks at 75, because I'm seeing the money flow on the weekly chart. When you go to the weekly and see what's happening on the daily, it's even more powerful, man. And we've gone nothing but up. And you're like, where are we going to stop? Shit, where we stopped before. Or the RSI goes extreme. What just happened on Starbucks? Now, if I come over here, remember this guy that went to college for me? He spent all that money to go to college so that he could give it to me for fucking pennies. So, isn't that crazy? All that good it did him. I hope he's a millionaire. Probably sitting in California in a house he can't afford, paying for taxes he can't afford, barely making any money, but he knows how to look at cash flow statements. So let's see. Starbucks. What do I bet it's trading overpriced? Uh-oh. What does that mean? Do you want to buy fairly valued houses? Hey, I'd like to buy a market fair price rental property. No, thank you. I don't necessarily want to sell it, but I don't want to buy it. You want to buy an overpriced Starbucks stock? No. Also, look, could it push higher? Yeah, there's a little bit room on the chart for the money flow pattern. I know, I'm going to blow your mind. That right there. It's that little pattern, man. Sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, sideways down. Looking for true value. These indicators help us know when they get there. And when Morningstar tells you it's overpriced, and the moving averages begin to roll over, and the RSI begins... Come on, man. You guys you're welcome. So, and if you don't believe me, now I'm not, I get a lot of shit wrong too. And that's documented too. But if we come over here, I update this. Kids ask me all the time. Like, kids, that's everybody. Everybody ain't older than me. I got that from Dan Pena. I kind of like it. He calls everybody kids. He says, so it's recorded here, man. And I tell everyone, they say, what would you invest in today? Go look. You see right there, adding to Delta, Haynes Brands, and Hasbro, trimming silver. You go, but what would you do, Gerald? I would trim silver, add to Haynes Brands, add to Hasbro, and add to Delta. There you go. You're in 3 stocks and you're looking at silver. And if you're like, well, why would you trim silver? AGQ, let's look at it. Watch, stay with me. Go to the top, go to our first indicator. What happened? It broke the line. What happened there? Broke the line. Remember we trimmed? And we trimmed. Now maybe I'm lying. Let's go back and see. What was the date on this? Around the 13th, 14th, 11th, something like that. Let's see. Come on, man. 11:10, trimmed AGQ, hit first target, started new swing trading, JO. JO's coffee. You're trading coffee, right? Or are you just drinking it? Let me drink it. No reason to trade it. Let's see. Damn. Almost look like you picked the top, Gerald. You can't pick tops, Gerald. I know. But I can pick stage 3s. There's your 3. So you got a 1, right? A 1, 2. Now we're going 3. What is that? Comes down. That's just this. It's just this, man. It's just the price movement. Nostradamus, baby. That's it. That's called being in flow. I told a guy the other day, I said, man, I'm in flow, man. I'm always in flow, man. Where's Bitcoin? Up or down? I'm in flow. It's in one of 4 things, man. I don't know where it is for you. For you, it might be emotional. I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about that. It ain't that, man. It's in a stage, man. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What are we doing? If you'd have been doing the 1, 2, 3, or 4 with Bitcoin since the beginning of Bitcoin, you'd be rich as fuck right now. Period. You would be. Because you'd have been playing it since it was, what, a penny? And what if we'd have been doing it with Netflix this whole time? You're like, well, I couldn't have done it with Netflix. Really? How long you been paying a subscription? Let's back it up. You're like, man, I wish God would bring me an opportunity, Gerald. I'm going to go watch Netflix. Okay? And if we go look at Netflix, this is the crazy thing about America and wealth, man. Just pick a company. God damn, there's like 500 of them. Let's take it back. And look what they all do. All the way back to my birth. All the way back to your birth. This has been going on. The great stocks in America go up, and everybody gets richer and richer, and everyone else bitches about not being rich. And then when they get in the stock market, they can't stay with it, man. Look at this. RSI went extreme. And then what? We started moving higher, and there we go. Look at Netflix, man. This is crazy. It's on a monthly. We're not even looking at monthlies. Look at this on a monthly. This is really set up, man. Look how far this came down. Let's take this back to a weekly. God. Look at this. Nice. Would I bought this one? Might have. Then we bought this one. And now we're here. Look at that, man. Do you know what app I downloaded to purchase stocks? Stop it. You guys ever, and some days I come in and it's like, you just assume that's got to be a robot. The question's too stupid for it to be processed. So you figure those are bots, man. What's up, Mike? We're all still waiting on you, bro. Time for you to get your shit together. You could join us today. Get out of debt. Get your credit up. Anybody else want to raise your hand, man? Had a tenant put in an application today. Mom, single mom. This pisses me off. Where's all her leaders at? Single mom. Works at the state prison. Yeah, you guys showing up here and I'm waiting on you. We've been waiting on you like 32 years. Get your shit together. As soon as you decide you want to join us, Buttercup, we can all make some money. I wish everybody that was in my group was rich. If you guys would get off your ass and get rich, that would benefit me greatly, by the way, because then I could raise my prices and not feel bad about it. So because of you, I'd have less money. That's everyone in your life. Everyone around you would benefit if you made more money. Think about that. Think of all the people you're disappointing by not making more. That's what this stuff's about, man. It's what real estate's about. Expanding, growing, so you can bless people around you. You're supposed to get rich, bro. You're supposed to prosper. You're not supposed to fight with people. You're supposed to serve people. You don't need to march and protest on them. Make them something and sell it to them. Make me something I want to buy. Like, that's how you get rich. Interact with people, man. So this is Netflix. We know how to buy Netflix if we're shareholders. We bought some in here. I don't know that I would have bought that one. And we're definitely buying right here. If you know how to read stage one, that's a stage one. There's our breakout, and now we're running, and where's our target? Right around in here. So this is not a completed trade yet. This is still, look, didn't hit the RSI. It's not completed yet. I'd stay with that trade. Let's check out BX. It's one of my largest holdings. It's been getting rocked. Oof. I put out a thing that I would just buy this. If I was you and I didn't have $50,000 of this stock, I would be buying some. He says, Gerald, I called out CTLT last week. If you remember, can you take a look at EIGR? Looks to be a similar stage 4. All right, let's let him brag for a minute. CTLT. Got a little pop. Got to the 50 RSI. You see the confidence this will give you. Get a little bump. Next thing you know, you should be a full-time guest on the Gerald Peters Show. Let's see. EIGR. Oof. Well, you playing with the pharmaceuticals, man. You better be careful. Better be careful with the pharmaceuticals. Be careful with the biotechs. These are not for the weak. We've made some good money in Sava. You know, that's back into a stage 1. Could be a stage 2 popping out. Man, we've made some nice money in Pfizer. Made some nice, right? Pfizer, there's the breakout, man. There's the run. How do you know we need to sell some? Look at that RSI. Went green. Has it ever stopped here before? Yeah, a bunch of times. You know, not perfect, but it stopped here a bunch of times. Let's see what Morningstar thinks it's worth. We didn't even go to college. This is the fun part. Hold on. Let's see. Click it. Oh, my goodness. All my exes live in Texas. Look at this. That's not true. I got one in Wisconsin, by the way. I don't even like Wisconsin anymore because of that. Pfizer is trading within range. I had a follower hit me up here a while back and go, hey, man, is your ex-wife blah, blah, blah? I was like, what? I mean, this is an ex-wife from a long time ago. It's like out of the blue DM. I'm like, why would you send me that, man? Like, you think I actually want to have this kind of like, okay, yeah, why? Oh, she seems like such a nice lady. I heard her on a podcast. Get the fuck out of here. Block. Pfizer trading within range we considered fairly valued. What would the money flow be telling you right now? RSI goes over 70, time to take some off, right? We assume this is the top. So we take some down, we draw our line, and we start drawing out our thing. Stage 1, man, this is right out of the book, man. Look, there's our breakout, right? That day right there really is the breakout. What? I mean, this was also a bread and butter trade. Like, we can do, man, this has just been picture perfect. So we can't be sad about the oil pulling back. We've had a great run, man. Stocks have, Justin Lewis is interested in renting your property on blah, blah highway. Thanks, Justin. I just got a notification. That's good. Let me tell you about my problems. I hear about your guys' problems all the time. I got a beach house that burned up, $75,000 in damages. I'm dealing with contractors, HOA fees, HOAs, and insurance, all from a state away. That is a lot of fun. Also, I got 3 houses empty. Rented one yesterday. Might have the other, not sure yet, but I got 2 that are open. So my beach house is not making thousands of dollars a month, and I got 3 houses down. That is awesome. Which means we got to work, right? We got to think positive. We got to get them filled. Got a hole in the castle. That's how I see that. I wake up every day. Who do I owe and where are the holes, man? So this is our stage 3. Pfizer's fairly valued. We didn't go to college, but we know that. But let's look at our man Damien here. Damien did. Look at this guy, man. YouTube, I wish you could see Damien like I can see Damien. This is a handsome fella. Damien CFA. All right. Gerald Peters, MFG, is the Director of Healthcare of Equity Research for Morningstar Research, LLC. Before joining Morningstar in 2007, so he's been there a minute. Conover was an equity research analyst for the healthcare sector for Raymond James, we all know that, Bank of Montreal, and Tucker Anthony. I have no idea who Tucker Anthony is. We could probably look that up. Probably a private money guy or something. Company holds a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in finance from the University of what? Wisconsin. This is probably my ex-wife's husband. And was a member of its Applied Security Analysis Program. I bet if we go look that up, that's no bullshit either. He holds the Chartered Financial Analyst designation. That's what CFA means. And he can probably do his own laundry. So for all of that, he works on this for us. And now we know. But what's funny is you didn't even need to know that, right? The money flow is telling you this stock is overpriced. It's gone up. It's past the 200. The RSI went extreme. And now it's starting to do its little sideways thing. And we know this is a stage 3. So as this develops, we know it's fair. That doesn't mean you have to sell it, but if you needed money, I'd rather sell something that's overvalued or fair value than sell something undervalued. Just me. That's man. Every day I watch the Money Flow drama unplay, and I see it and I watch and I think, my God, man, it's better than I thought yesterday. Fuck. So a lot of our guys got short oil. Again, this is an inverse to oil. I mean, goddamn, does it get any better? Fuck, dude. I got my book yesterday. I put a unicorn sticker on it, man. Does it get any better? Where is it better, man? Where is it better? I don't know, man. Stocks are so fun. It's hard to, I mean, it's so much fun watching the drama unfold and using that drama. We could use the Kardashians. COTY. I'm invested in the Kardashians right here. Cody, baby. This is who does the lipstick for that young hot Kardashian right here. And man, here's what I do. I just buy these stage ones. I don't really sit around sweating about it too much. You know, whatever. Kardashians. That's what, right? I want to pick it up when the indicators are on the downside. All things considered, right? When it starts to run. So you think, well, how could we value that, man? I don't know. My kid watched the Kardashians, so it kind of made me watch it. And then the stock started buying her shit. So I started watching it. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Let's see. COTY. Can we make any money from the Kardashians? Cody is undervalued at a 22% discount. That's not as much as Lyft. And I'm already in the stock. So if you notice, I hadn't done much in a while. I've just owned it. Because I bought it a lot lower, man. Where are we at on this Cody? I think I'm up like 60, 70%. Let me see. I know we bought it a lot lower. Yeah, look at this. Remember back over in when we all got VD? Back there? I mean, this stock got down to like $3. The only reason it was on my radar is my kid watches Kardashians. Amazon with your package, sir. Oh, you use Roku? You got an Uber app? It's like, how could you ever pick stocks? I don't know, man. They're all around you. You like to gamble on DraftKings. Your wife smokes cigarettes. You drink beer. Like, these things are everywhere, man. What are your kids watching on TV? Instead of bitching about it, make some money on it, man. One of my biggest trades was taking my kid to a water park called Great Wolf Lodge. Money's flowing. And I'm like, holy shit, is this a stock? And I go look it up. Yep, it's like a $2 stock. I bought a couple thousand shares over the next few months using the money flow, trading these penny stocks up and down. I'm just picking up shares on the stage one. It got taken private at like $12 a share. Made like 12 grand going on a vacation. You know why I made 12 grand on vacation? Because of this right here. Because my brain watches the money flow, man. So when you go into a store, I don't, it's like, what do you see? Where's the money, man? What's selling? What are kids looking at? And, 12-year-old girls may think you're weird. You're like sitting there trying to look at their phone. And you're like, what are you doing, man? Oh, I was just trying to see what you're looking at. I'm not weird, man. I'm trying to find Snapchat, man. And if I don't know what you're looking at, how am I going to know? Right? That's the world's available to you, man. You got to look around. Got to poke on it, man. Look around. This money's everywhere. Stocks are everywhere, man. I'm going to leave you with one last one. I drove by this shit 100 times. Swan Energy. 100 times I drove by this thing. Giant building near my house on the way to, let me back this up so you can get a good picture of what I'm talking about. This stock fell to as little as $1. It's a big company in my town in Houston. I drove by this sign 1,000 times. And it had been up here. And they fell on hard times, got their shit together, and now it's been coming back. And it's gone from $1, like 50 cents actually, to $7.50. And I drove by this sign as this thing climbed higher and higher and higher. And it would have done a stage breakout. And all I had to do was look at the sign and look at my stupid phone and type in SWN into stock charts. And I would have saw it in a stage one. And then I would have saw the breakout. All I had to do was follow it. So as I drive by there wondering, Lord, why don't you help me out? Why don't you show me how to get rich, God? Just send me a sign. And he's like, big neon sign, SWN. You drive by it every day going to town. Never once did I put that in my ticker. Till one day I did. When I did, it was trading for like $9. I bet you're driving by a Swan right now. Brandon on the brand says, what happens when you own a stock and it goes private? Well, Brandon, they give you a bunch of money. Give you a bunch of money. That's how it works, man. They give you, because they pay the true value of the stock. So right now, I think Lyft will be taken private, or Lyft will be bought out by a competitor of some sort. Right now, it's got a $4 billion market cap. You know how many people could write a $4 billion check? This is the market cap it's trading for right now. They're not going to give it to you for this low-ass price, but you could do a strategic takeover if you're a billionaire. Start buying up. If you got enough billions, you could buy up almost all the stock everybody's selling. You get a seat on the board. Bada bing, bada boom. You pull an Elon Musk, you own the company. And you have enough shares to be able to have you could say, I'm going to take it private, $26. Now, if I was Lyft, I'd tell him to go F himself, take me private at Morningstar's rate. And I've hit Morningstar rate 7 times in my trading career. The last one was with Taco. We were buying it for like $4 and $5, and Taco got taken private at $12.50, and that was the exact price that Burger King paid for it. So Lyft, in my opinion, and I got several other of these. Well, let's look at it. I'm trying to put together a list of 10. Lyft is trading at an 80% discount. So would they get $55 a share? I doubt it, but I bet they could get $35 all day long. But maybe it gets 50. This gets low enough and that 50 valuation is real. I'm not the only person in the world that sees that. And other people might start writing checks and they might want to get in on this game and then push the board to do something. And then, anything could happen. A merger, big business, man. You ever watch Axe Capital? You could be Axe Capital. Oh, you guys, I'd like to be on Shark Tank. Here's Shark Tank. Be on it. You get that, right? Like, you can go put fucking $10,000 into this. And if it ever gets to 55, you get paid. That's Shark Tank, man. They're not getting paid a drip every month like an employee. They're only getting paid if it works. This works, you get paid. Go get 10, 20 of these. Have some fucking conviction. Do some research. Build it up. Store up your money. Act like you want to get rich. Start buying these things. All you guys that don't own stocks, I guess you don't want to get rich. I'm sure everybody here wants to own stocks, though. I mean, you want to, right? That's why you're here. I can't imagine why you wouldn't be here if you were. I missed it, but what's the take on oil at the current price? Go watch it on YouTube, man. Got it recorded on YouTube, man. We're out of oil. So if you read my newsletter, you'd know. I'm out of oil. I'm down to a core position. Oil is going down. So that's where we're at on oil.
The limit will come in on Monday after the EU persuaded Poland to back the plan after Warsaw initially considered it too high. And some market experts believe it's more of a symbol.
So that's it. We're out of oil. We've been out of our oil trade for a minute. XLE selling off. We'll see if it holds. Some of our guys in the Money Flow Trading Society are short. If you're short, you got the options or drip. And what's the other one? ERY, EDY, forget what it is. Anyway, that's the other option for being short the oil market. But we had a great trade. Good to go. Got stopped out of UNG. I'll get back in. If it pulls back up, it pulls back up. So I'm out of the natural gas trade. We got blown out. So take the money, step aside, and I added to Joe with the J-O. So I'm trying to build this up. I'm still not really in a full position in this Joe. We might get stopped out of this too. If oil keeps going, gold keeps going down, the pressure on commodities keep going lower, we'll get blown out of this trade too. So remember, position sizing. Losing is part of trading. And we'll catch the next one. That wasn't that big a run. When we catch a big one, it'll make up for any losers, man. You guys have a good day. All right, YouTube. Appreciate you guys, man.